Hey guys, this is Negwa, and today I'm doing a collaboration with Simproved. If you don't know who she is or you want to watch her video, I'll link down in the description below. She's the one who built this awesome house, and it's my job to decorate it. So this is like a fast forward of me decorating, and then at the end I'll go through and I'll show every room and I'll explain my ideas and why I decided to do the house the way that I did. So yeah, enjoy. Okay guys, so here are the final results. So this is just the walk-in area. There weren't really any like free walls, so I just left it. This is what I made the dining area. Double tables, because I don't feel like there are tables that are big enough in The Sims 4. This is what I did to the kitchen area. And then just like a little dinner nook, like this is for company and this is for normal everyday. And just a little decorative nook. They're very simple. And I couldn't do a full out. This is one of the bathrooms. It's very simple. It's just like the office dinner bathroom. So this is the office for the adults. Like I said, simple. Just a little decorative thing along the wall. You know, they're very regal, they're very high class, but at the same time they're also very modern. So it's a mixture. Like here they show off these classical photos. They have the, you know, more fancy chairs and shelving, but they still have the modern table. Of course they have the TV, the fish tank, and then you go into the bedroom. Of course, gotta be, you know. Just very average every day. They have a shelf here. Couldn't put much on it. And then you go over to the tub, You go over and there's another couch up here just because there's room, you know, there's a little nook right there. So, and this is another toilet for the guests, but the boy and the girl share, so whoever's not using this can use this. So this is the boys' room. Sharknado posters and, you know, girls on the wall. A DJ booth, because he wants to be a DJ. In my mind, and you know, you guys can do whatever you want with this. And then a punching bag, and then her room. She's very spiritual and she's very artsy. So she has the third eye and her meditation mat, and then her galaxy bed. And these rooms are very tight. And then they share an office. I guess it would be called an office. It's just plain white. And she's got her paints because she's like I said, she's artsy. She likes to paint. He likes music, so he has a guitar over there. And then she's got the study of the body, and then Edgar Allan Poe, and then he's got, you know, a hardcore action movie girl poster. So yeah, tell me what you guys think. If you like, please leave a like below. If you want this, I would have to like export it and upload it to Dropbox. So if you do want it, let me know and I can do that. Whoa. Oops. But yeah, if you want it, let me know. And thanks for watching. If you haven't checked out Simproved video yet, go check it out. She made this awesome build. If you like, please leave a like and subscribe for more videos. Thanks. Did you like this video? Please leave a like down below. If you want to see more like it, please subscribe for daily videos or check out the last video linked here. If you want to see some of the other things I do, please check out my other channels, also linked below. Thank you so much for watching.